Kamisha Sade here, and we're on day, 4 of Feminine Wisdom in February. Today, we're going to talk about how you can remove guilt, shame, and self-blame from being a part of your reality. When we were kids and we would make mistakes, we would spill something or we would do something that would make our parents or our guardians upset. We usually were drowned in blame and guilt and shame. And so, as we grew into from kids to teens to women, that same blame and guilt and that default into blame, guilt, and shame, when we grow and as we grew as women, we carried that energy in our root chakra, which is our foundational way that we show up, our foundational way that we believe, our foundational way that we think, and really our foundational defaulted habits. So oftentimes, if we don't accomplish a goal or we make a mistake, we lean inward to blaming ourselves. Oh, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. Or we lean into feeling guilty, like, why does this always happen to me? Or why I just can't seem to get it together? Or shame. We're shameful, like, no, I know better. Why do I keep doing this? Or why did I do that? I know better. And that shame and that guilt is frustrating. It's frustrating because you know who you are, you know your values, but for some reason you can't show up for yourself in this light. Or when it's time to show up for yourself in this light, speak your truth, communicate yourself, or actually excel in that business concept or that ideal, or speak your truth to maybe a family member. When it's time for you to do that, you fumble. And fumbling feels icky. Fumbling feels It feels like sometimes it feels like the worst thing in the world because we know our potential, we know who we are, we know what we have within us. But if we don't materialize it and we can't see and we don't show up as such, we have when we start to cultivate shame and guilt. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you and show you what you can do to alleviate guilt, alleviate shame, and really remove it from your reality. When things happen in life, which they do, and we're not so proud of them. It's the mistakes that we make. It's the not accomplishing the goal that we desired. It's the fumbling. It's us allowing distractions to come in. It's us committing to ourselves and then fumbling, or committing to ourselves and recommitting to ourselves and making more promises to ourselves and not keeping them. When this experience happen, what do we lean inward to? That's going to make the difference in how you move forward and how you can come back from that setback and how you can come back from that mistake or that fumble. So instead of defaulting into guilt and shame and blame, you're going to default into this concept. This concept is called SSN. And no, it's not social security number, although it's just as important as your social security number. This SSN concept is separated in 3 different segments and 3 different things that you can do to redirect your energy and redirect your focus when you slip up, when you make a mistake, when you disappoint yourself, instead of leaning inward to defaulting to guilt, shame, and blame. So, SSN, the first S is representing supervision. So, supervising yourself. Supervising yourself. The second S is supporting yourself. And the N in the SSN formula is nurturing yourself. So this whole entire concept is called reparenting. This is how I labeled reparenting. I said, well, if I was to reparent myself and I was to make reparenting simple, right? Because we understand the concept, but if I was to make this simple, how can I make this simple in a step 1, step 2, step 3 vibe? Because I'm a step 1, 2, and 3 girl. Show me the process. So that way I can complete the process and know, okay, I did the thing. That's me. That's what works for me. And that's what has been able to give my clients incredible, incredible results. So, reparenting is providing yourself with the proper adult supervision supporting and nurturing in your life in order for you to get to your next level, and as an actual way to respond to your actions and your behavior. So, reparenting is a key that you will need while reconditioning your mind, going through a healing journey, developing in your identity, ascending in your femininity. Reparenting provides a high level of connectivity between your adult self and your inner child. So let's get into supervising yourself. The first thing you want to do when supervising yourself is you want to understand that you are monitoring your consumption to ensure that you are not sending mixed signals to your subconscious mind. What does this mean? Well, if you are creating, let's say you're recreating yourself, you're self-actualizing, you're going through this journey of development, or you have pivoted in your identity, you pivoted into a new business model, a new role, a new industry, or you just got out of a relationship, or you are going to the next level in your current marriage or romantic dynamic, or you are just really thriving in your single season. Whatever the goal is and the intention in this new theme in your life is, I want you to think right now, the season in your life. If this season was the title of a movie, what would that movie name be and why? So think of this season in your life as a movie title. So I want you to get that in your mind. I want you to put a name to it. And once you have the name to it and it's in your mind, I want you to understand that contradictory consumption, I want you to imagine it as poison to that movie title, poison to this new season in your life. And it's poison because contradiction starts to make things complex in your mind. And when your mind starts to get complex, it does absolutely nothing. A confused mind does nothing, right? So monitor your consumption to ensure that you are not sending mixed signals to your mind, to your movie title, to the season that you're in. And when you supervise it yourself, you're monitoring to ensure that you're consuming only the things that are in alignment with this season in your life. So, for an example, if your new belief says, you know what, I attract high vibrational men in my life, it's important that you do not consume gender war media podcasts. It's important that you do not consume heartbreak love songs. It's important that you do not consume music that repels pure agape, genuine love. Another example, maybe you have started like a new diet or a new health plan and you found yourself, craving a cupcake, right? How do you respond? How do you respond to that? I know for me, I'm a sweet girl. I'm a sweetie. I love me some sweets. I love me some desserts. Even now, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I want something sweet for breakfast, but still healthy. Maybe putting a little coconut sugar in my oatmeal. I like sweets. That's my reality. I love sweets. However, reparenting myself is to supervise myself to ensure that I'm not consuming a bunch of snacks and I'm not consuming and feeding myself a bunch of things that are not healthy just because I like sweets. So, another example, right? Maybe you are entering into your awakening stage and you're being more mindful to the way you speak to people, right? So, supervising yourself is going to be identifying what it is that you are feeding yourself when it comes to communication. Are you watching reality TV shows that are consistently showcasing people arguing? Are you always watching debates? If you always watch debates and arguments and opposing conversations, you'll find that when it's time for you to communicate and articulate yourself and speak your truth, the way you come off is extremely argumentative. The way you come off may be very confrontational. This is because you are putting in and consuming things and concepts in your mind that are contradictory to the life of peace, the life of ease, the life of fulfillment, the life of joy, the life of feminine energy. So I want you to just really think about that. Supervising yourself is monitoring your consumption, monitoring your behavior as if you were like watching yourself as a child and you were maybe babysitting yourself. You're going to supervise, you're going to watch over without judgment. So that's the main key I want you to take away from supervising yourself. Number two, supporting yourself. Supporting yourself is giving yourself whatever it is that you need that is the healthiest form, in the healthiest form. So, whatever it is that you need in the healthiest form. So, if it's an extra 5 minutes to calm down, give that to yourself. If it's a moment away from the dinner table, give that to yourself. Or even if it's saying no when it's complete no, right? Versus a halfway yes. Supporting yourself is also showing up for yourself with celebration for all of your wins. This includes lessons, blessings, and goals achieved. So, creating safe spaces is also you supporting yourself. Like when you're not happy, cultivating a space for yourself to support yourself and work through that joy, that unhappiness. So that way you can get to your place of joy. So that's supporting yourself. Think of giving yourself a teddy bear as a kid. What does that look like in adult form for you right now? That's supporting yourself. So that's the second S. And then N, nurturing. Oh, this is one of my favorite things to do. Nurturing yourself, using your creative energy to make everything therapeutic. From burning incense in your home to calm your nervous system, or even listening to your favorite love song while cooking. Nurturing yourself is making your decisions on purpose for the greater good of healthy pleasure. Healthy pleasure. Nurturing yourself also includes patience and grace. Giving yourself patience and grace. When it's time to talk to yourself, making sure that your words are sweet like honey. This doesn't mean always sugarcoating things and positive thinking your way in and out of situations, but this does mean being gentle with the way you care and you handle yourself. Here's the truth. As a woman, as a leader, as a boss that you are, as an entrepreneur, as an executive, that you are, as a mother, as a lover, as a wife, as a single woman, as a queen, as a goddess that you are not just going to let anyone handle you, right? If someone tries to handle you, you end up handling them. You don't let no one handle you any type of way. Well, the same energy and the same thing goes for how you handle yourself. You're not just about to talk to yourself any type of way. You're not just going to handle yourself that way. The same way you don't let other people handle you, you also don't handle you either. What you do is you nurture you, you support you, you supervise you. That's what you do. And this is how you transform and develop through the situations, through the arguments, through the transformations, through the life changing and life shifting experiences. This is how you navigate. You navigate by reparenting yourself, you navigate by supervising yourself first, overseeing. You navigate by supporting yourself, giving yourself what you need. And then you navigate by nurturing yourself, giving yourself the healthiest version of whatever it is that you need and making it therapeutic, providing therapy for yourself. See, therapy doesn't have to look like you sitting down on a couch, dumping out your emotions to someone. That doesn't have to be your reality. You don't have to wait until you have that experience. And I just talked about this in the last video. Sometimes we wait until everything's perfect and everything looks a certain way in order to do something. You don't have to wait until you're on someone's couch to express yourself and to give yourself therapy. You can make cooking therapeutic. You can put on your favorite song that puts you in a good, pleasurable, high vibrational energy, and you can be able to dance your way from the stove to the sink to the fridge to the counter. Therapy can also look like you taking 5 minutes out of your rising every time you wake up to journal. And that journal doesn't have to look super like when we are going and doing in the self-care practice and we're doing these self-care practices, oftentimes we just really overcomplicate it. There's a reason why we don't do it and we don't stay consistent with it because it's just too performative. But what if you said to yourself, you know what? I'm going to set my timer on for 60 seconds and I'm going to dump out every emotion I feel right now. I'm going to set this timer on for 2 minutes and I'm just going to script out the most best day of my life and what that will look and feel like. You know what? I'm going to put my timer on for 3 minutes and I'm going to write down the list of every single person who hurt me. And at the end, I'm going to ball up this piece of paper and I'm going to put it in the garbage and I'm going to forgive these people. Make therapy niched and tailored to you. And you can do that by integrating things that feel good, be it releasing energy that you no longer need and no longer is of service to you, being it providing yourself with pleasure and making your body flow in a certain way through dancing in the kitchen, be it whatever it is that you need. It's niched and it's tailored to you. It don't have to be performative. It don't have to take 45 hours. And we do not need the perfect scenery in order to do it. But if you get into a habit of making everything therapeutic around you by your energy, by you putting yourself in position to feel that therapy, we have our devices, we have our phones, we have essentials. We have so many things that we can do to create environments that are therapeutic. So, nurturing yourself is making everything therapeutic. If you know that as a child, you have traumatic experiences with physical abuse, well, what is probably going to be a great way to provide yourself with some therapy? Doing massages on your body, speaking life into your body, saying, you know what, you are meant for love. You're meant to be adored. You're meant to be honored. Look at your knees. They're so cute. They lean inward. Oh my God. Adorning yourself. If you know that you've had experiences with physical abuse, or maybe you have experiences with having lack of confidence, and maybe your auntie or your mother or someone who was supposed to be a role model for you, they didn't know how to communicate their trauma. So they, in so many ways, they made you feel small or not beautiful or unimportant, inadequate. And so when you think of what therapy can look like for you, this means validating yourself. This means picking yourself up. This means providing yourself with experiences. My little hair got on my lip. With experiences that put you on a pedestal. How about a photo shoot? Okay, right? How about a photo shoot? Showcasing yourself in a light of beauty and radiance. How about showing yourself, you know what? I am all that I say that I am and more. I am a bag of chips and a bowl of grits. And let me showcase to myself that this is my reality. That becomes therapeutic for you. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean getting a massage, going to get your nails done. Therapy is uniquely tailored to what your traumas not are, what your traumas were, and uniquely tailored to what is important to you for you to feel safe, for you to feel loved, and for you to feel valuable and beautiful. So that's the SSM formula. Again, it's not social security number, but it's just as important as your social security number. Understanding that when it's time for you to recorrect and redirect, and you feel yourself getting and slipping into that guilt or that shame or that defeat, we're going to repair ourselves using the SSN formula support. Excuse me, supervise. I want to say support so bad in the beginning. Supervise yourself. Number two, support yourself. And then number three, nurture yourself. Use this formula to navigate through any challenges that you have, and you'll see and you'll find that you're much more gentle with the way you handle you, and you start to validate yourself on whole new levels where now you're not looking for the validation in anyone else. You're not looking for someone to nurture you and provide you with the therapy that they don't have the resources or capacities to be able to do because they don't know you like you know you. Only you know you. So who better to provide the therapeutic experiences? Who better than to nurture yourself? So understand you're so worthy of love, understand that you are worthy of healing, and understand that it doesn't have to look like a big 10-hour experience, a 10-hour therapy session. It needs to look like strategy when it's time to redirect your energy so you can default into supervising yourself, watching over, making sure you're not consuming anything contradictory, supporting yourself, giving yourself whatever it is you need, the healthiest version, of course, and then nurturing yourself, making every single thing therapeutic as much as you can. Today is day 4 of February's Feminine Wisdom. And this was so timely. Okay, if you value this concept, let me know if it makes sense to you inside of the comment section. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Tell me one thing that you're currently working through where you're going to use this formula, this SSN formula. And then, second, I am hosting a retreat in Dubai, a women's retreat. This is the Feminine Mastery Retreat. In this retreat, we're going to go through these concepts and we're going to take it from your head and just understand it into your actual body. We're going to do immersive experiences where you can be able to really get rid of a lot of stories that you're telling yourself and really get rid of the trauma that you've experienced once, but you're now reliving as an adult because you don't have the proper tools or equipment that is impacting you in a way where it's transformative. You're probably in a matrix with your triggers and you're in this emotional roller coaster where you're up and down and up and down and up and down. And you want permanent change. You want to be able to default into something that's going to support you. You want to default into something that's going to be valuable, that's going to give you that sense of fulfillment that, oh, I'm getting better. Oh, I'm not telling myself that story anymore. Okay, I'm growing. Oh, I'm growing for real. This is just a 1% of the transformation that's going to happen at the retreat in Dubai, the Feminine Mastery Retreat. So, dates are April 24th through the 29th. I want you to come to Dubai with me. I just came back from Dubai. Dubai was a vibe and so much more. And the transformation that you're going to experience internally and then externally while you're in this luscious, luxurious, high vibrational environment that supports safety, that supports growth, and that supports an opulent way of living. This may be exactly what you need to get you to your next level. So, if you want to learn more and you're interested, feel free to go ahead on and click this link that is in the description wherever I put it. You will be able to be directed to a call. We're going to get on a call. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to see where you are. I'm going to provide you with information about the retreat. And if it's a good fit and it's in alignment, we're going to get you to Dubai in April with me. Okay. So I'm sending love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Again, this is day 4 of Feminine Wisdom for the month of February, my birthday month, Black History Month. Okay. 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 In the month of love. So enjoy yourself, and I'll be seeing you on the next video.